Mr. President, tomorrow, Wednesday, February 6th, at Camp Pendleton in my home state of California, one of the true heroes of our country will receive a rare and distinguished honor. On what would have been his 25th birthday, Marine Corporal Sean Andrew Stokes, and we're going to show you that beautiful face here, will be awarded the Silver Star for heroic actions performed in the line of duty during Operation Phantom Fury in Fallujah, Iraq. From November 9 through November 18th of '04, then Private Stokes took the position of point in his platoon. That means he was the first Marine to enter a building and the first Marine to encounter whatever and whoever was inside. Bullets, grenades, and rockets were all around the corner. For 9 days and nights, Sean fought insurgents in hand-to-hand combat, in house after house, in building after building. Most of us would lose our sanity in such a place. But Sean kept his sanity with a simple prayer of thanks after coming out of each house alive. Word of Sean's actions over those days quickly spread. The History Channel made a documentary about the Battle of Fallujah, and Sean's heroic actions were prominently featured. Embedded in Sean's platoon was Pat O'Donnell, a historian who wrote a critically acclaimed book, We Are One, Shoulder to Shoulder with the Marines Who Took Fallujah. Mr. O'Donnell has said that Sean hid his wounds on more than one occasion so that he could stay with his Marine brothers rather than take the mandatory medical evacuation. He said, and I quote, "Sean always puts others first before himself," unquote. Sean will be receiving the Silver Star tomorrow for his actions on his first tour. His father, Gary, conducted research, and as best as he can tell, Sean is the first Marine to be awarded the Silver Star for actions while a private, since 2 Marine privates received such an honor during the Vietnam War. In September '05, Sean returned to Iraq, once again at the front of his platoon, where he distinguished himself and was eventually promoted to corporal. Sean could have left the Marine Corps at the end of that tour. His father urged him to get out, but Sean said, "What about everybody else?" He felt the need to stick by his buddies who had stood by his side every single day in Iraq. In April of '07, Sean went back for his 3rd deployment. Sean's father wrote, quote, "He went back to Iraq to protect his best friend, Bradley Adams, and because he wanted to be a Marine more than anything else in life," unquote. Sean, along with Bradley, was assigned to the battalion commander's personal security detachment, a position reserved for elite and combat-seasoned warriors. The two managed to eventually maneuver their way into the lead vehicle, once again taking point, which earned Sean the nickname Pathfinder. That battalion commander told Gary Stokes that his son had saved his life on numerous occasions, including on July 30th, '07, the day Sean Stokes died from an improvised explosive device attack while on patrol in Al Anbar province. Mr. President, over 820 men and women who were either from California or based in California have died in Iraq. This young and heroic Marine is one of them. Sean Stokes represented the best of the Marine Corps, the best of the United States, the best of California. He was born 25 years ago, Wednesday, in Fremont, California. He grew up in the gold country of California, in the town of Auburn. He was into cars, and his dad says he had lots of them. When he returned from his first tour in Iraq, the people of Auburn had heard that he wanted to fix up his Honda Prelude. So they, the people of the town, put on some new rims, spruced it up, and made it look good, all free of charge for Sean. He attended Bear River High School, where he played linebacker on the football team and the outfield on the baseball team. Upon learning that Sean died, Bear River retired his 51 football jersey, his number 51 football jersey, the first time the school has ever retired a number. Of his baseball abilities, Sean's dad draws a parallel to a great home run hitter, also born on Wednesday, Babe Ruth. He says that it's no coincidence that he was the only kid on his all-star team to hit the ball out of Babe Ruth Baseball Park onto the nearby road not once, but 3 times. Sean's dad also says that he was quite popular and had lots of girlfriends, but he had found true love and was engaged to Nicole Bessier, a beautiful young girl who was also a Marine. Gary Stokes wrote to me about his son, and I quote, "Sean turned out to be a great fisherman, and from the time he was a little guy, he loved to fish. I remember taking Sean camping, and that's all he wanted to do the entire time during our camping trips and other outings and vacations. Even though," Sean's dad writes, "I understand that the Tigris River in Iraq was polluted and at times surrounded by terrorists, I would be surprised if Sean didn't throw in a fishing line a few times during one of his 3 tours in Iraq." Sean, like his brother Kevin, is a great son, his father writes. And we do have a photo of, I believe, of Kevin, and we're going to get out that photo to show you the brothers together. Sean, like his brother Kevin, is a great son, and we always would make sure to make time to do fun things together as much as possible, like golf or fishing or camping. And this is Sean and his brother. Sean and I, his father continues, made the commitment years ago to not be like the father and son in the song Cats in the Cradle. Sean has touched many lives during his short life, and he was loved and he was respected by everyone whom he met. Sean's life was short, but it was full, and he always gave it his all in everything he did. And that closes the quote of his father. Mr. President, tomorrow's ceremony at Camp Pendleton honors the heroism and the bravery of Sean Stokes. Like the other Marines out at Camp Pendleton and the rest of the men and women in uniform around the world, he volunteered to carry the burden of protecting our beloved nation. He fought for the man next to him, for the soldier next to him, and behind him, and he died in service to them. We owe him our gratitude. And, Mr. President, we owe his family our gratitude. And we owe the families of all the men and women who serve in harm's way our gratitude. We can never forget what they have sacrificed. And I want to conclude, as the senator from California, we've lost so many, as a mother, as a grandmother, that I will do everything, along with my colleagues, to bring our troops home and to spare others the deep grief that this family has endured.